Hi, I'm Nikki Young.
And I'm Margaret Gonzalez.
And on each and every episode of Aquifer Insight, we bring the aquifer to you. And on this episode, we're going to focus our attention on water quality.
That's right, the quantity of water is important just as much as the quality of water within the aquifer, because 2.5 million South Central Texans rely on it for their water needs.
So in this episode, we're going to hear from Executive Director Mark Hamilton and all the research being done at the Field Research Park as it pertains to water quality.
Then we're going to take it to the city of New Braunfels so you can learn how to be an aquifer steward and protect the Comal River and the Comal Springs. Then you're going to learn a couple facts about the water cycle and what an acre-foot of water really is.
And we'll also learn about our critical period management plan and how it impacts our jurisdiction. And did you know that the Edwards Aquifer Authority has a brand new logo? We're going to show you all about that. Plus, we'll reveal our latest in our rebranding rollout and an opportunity for you to win our photo contest. All this and more on this episode of Aquifer Insight. To kick off this episode, we're going to hear from Mark Hamilton, our Executive Director of Aquifer Management Services, and he's going to give us an insight into the water quality research and data collected and its potential impact on land surface.
Hi, I'm Mark Hamilton. I'm the Executive Director for Aquifer Management Services at the Edwards Aquifer Authority. And today I'd like to share with you just a little bit of information about our various water quality programs that we conduct to better understand water quality inside the aquifer system. So we have a whole team of people that are constantly taking different types of water samples. So we take surface water samples, we take samples at the springs, and of course we take samples from wells so that we can get a representative look at what the water quality is in the aquifer itself. The springs, on the other hand, are kind of this big composite sample of the whole system, and that's also very informative. So we call that our routine water quality sampling program. However, we have other programs that we run to look at changes or trends in water quality over time. We've partnered with people outside the agency, for example, University of Texas, San Antonio. We've been working with them, looking at things like DNA in the water from different microbial sources so that we can better understand sources of water that come into the system, which is often you may not think of that as a water quality component, but if we better understand what the source water is this well connected, for example, directly to a surface water source, or is this water very old? It may have a different microbial community contributing to the water signature, and that's very important for us to understand. So between our routine program where we look at things like isotopes and we look at nutrients and we look at times, depending on the situation, we may look for actual contaminants like volatile organic compounds or something like that. Having this broad spectrum sampling program really equips us to be able to look at and understand what the quality of the water is in the system and how that might change over time, or if it changes over time. With regard to the land surface and how that may impact water quality, that's kind of a new area of study for us. And that really came to be when we acquired our Field Research Park, and we have opportunity to look at how the land surface might impact the quality of water running off when a rainfall event occurs. So, at our research park, we're right on Cibolo Creek, and we know that that part of Cibolo Creek recharges the aquifer directly. So the better we understand how a healthy land surface, like healthy vegetation and native vegetation, impacts the quality of rainfall runoff, the better we understand how to protect the system long term. So at that particular location, we're looking at ways to keep the sediment and the soil and all the debris on the land surface and out of the water bodies, because we don't want sediment going into the creeks and becoming part of a recharge. Because we have a karst aquifer system, karst systems don't offer any significant filtration to recharge. Typically what is at the surface is what's going to go into the system. So we're trying to better understand ways to protect the system in terms of water quality as well as water quantity at the Field Research Park.
What's cooler than 74 degrees? Well, the Comal River exhibits a nearly constant temperature in the lower 70s because it's fed by the Comal Springs. And although it's the shortest river in Texas, it has the largest spring system in the state. Not to mention, it has threatened and endangered species only found in the Edwards Aquifer and nowhere else in the world. Hear from Amy Niles, River Watershed Manager for the City of New Braunfels, as she shares how you can be a great aquifer steward and help keep the Comal River and springs clean and pristine. Take it away, Amy.
Hi, my name's Amy Niles, and I'm the River and Watershed Manager for the City of New Braunfels. I'm here today to talk to you about the Comal River and Land O'Lake. So Land O'Lake is up by the headwaters by the Comal Spring system, and that feeds water over here to our recreational area on the Comal River. We welcome hundreds of thousands of visitors here to the Comal River every year, and our city is really dependent on recreation and tourism. We take our tourism seriously, but not as seriously as we take our environmental protection. We want our visitors to come here and enjoy their recreation while also learning about and loving our Comal River and Comal Spring system. We tell people about our endangered species so that they can grow closer to our water resources here. They can be interested and learn more. We ask people not to bring any disposable containers here in New Braunfels on our rivers, and that helps keep litter out of our rivers, which is really, really important. If you're coming here to recreate, you'll want to come over to Hinman Island Park or Prince Psalms Park, or contact one of the 12 local outfitters that will give you a tube and get you a shuttle ride. You'll want to bring all of your food and beverages in reusable containers. Bring a cooler that's under 30 quarts. Make sure you have sturdy shoes, sunscreen, and a plan in case you get separated from your group. If you go to Land Park, you're not going to be able to get in the water like you are here, but you're going to be able to see some of our awesome endangered species habitat protection efforts. You're going to be able to get to see some of our restoration projects and get to enjoy the beautiful springs there. You're going to get to go onto our fishing pier and look over on the water. You're going to be able to see native plants and fish species as well. If you want to find out more information, go to the Comal River webpage on the city's website. It's newbraunfels.gov/rivers, or you can go to newbraunfels.gov/watershed to learn more about our river and watershed protection measures.
Hello, it's Bill Taylor here at KENS 5 Television. Did you know the Edwards Aquifer Authority authorizes a grand total of 572,000 acre-feet of groundwater withdrawals every single year? Now these are big contracts, okay, with cities, businesses, large landowners, all for municipal, industrial, irrigation purposes. Now, how much water are we talking about? How much water is in 572,000 acre-feet? Well, if you like football as much as I do, we can go to the gridiron to kind of put this in perspective. Just 1 acre-foot of water covers an entire football field with up to 1 foot deep water. That's just 1 acre-foot. The EAA is authorizing 572,000 of them every year, every single year. Touchdown.
Hi, my name is Ann Margaret Gonzalez, and I'm the Senior Public Affairs Administrator at the Edwards Aquifer Authority. As we know, here in South Central Texas, we experience extreme weather patterns, such as severe rain punctuated by drought. The EAA implements its Drought Management Plan, also known as the Critical Period Management Plan, aka the CPM. This drought management plan is designed to sustain spring flow levels in the Comal and San Marcos Springs, as well as adequate water within the aquifer for the 2.5 million South Central Texans that rely on the aquifer for their water needs. The EAA collects aquifer conditions from the Uvalde Pool and the San Antonio Pool. The Uvalde Pool is comprised of the J27 index well in Uvalde County, and this applies to specifically the Uvalde County. The San Antonio Pool, we collect data from the J17 index well in Bexar County, the Comal Springs in New Braunfels, Texas, and the San Marcos Springs in San Marcos, Texas. And this applies to Medina, Bexar, parts of Atascosa, Caldwell, Guadalupe, Comal, and Hays counties. The EAA will declare critical period management stages based on these aquifer conditions on a 10-day rolling average for the different pools, the Uvalde Pool and the San Antonio Pool. These withdrawal reductions apply to permit holders authorized to withdraw more than 3 acre-feet annually from the Edwards Aquifer. Permit holders are mandated to abide by these withdrawal reductions in order to ensure adequate spring flow in the San Marcos Comal Springs and to ensure adequate water supply within the aquifer system. As aquifer levels decline more, we declare more stringent stages within the CPM plan. These permit holder withdrawal reductions are based on the number of days we are in a certain stage of critical period management plan. Our critical period management team assists permit holders with CPM reductions during times of drought. We encourage you to check in with your local water provider to see what requirements they have for saving water during times of drought. So let's be aquifer stewards and make a difference by saving water in and around our homes.
As the Edwards Aquifer Authority continues to evolve, so does our identity. Here's a look at our rebrand rollout with fresh apparel and new signage. Take a look.
I'm Eduardo Flores, Creative Manager at the Edwards Aquifer Authority. My role as a creative manager is to communicate how we manage, enhance, and protect the aquifer. My job is to brand this company. As you can see behind us, that's a new logo. Coming up with a logo is probably the toughest thing to do as a designer, because you have to say so many things in one little mark. What inspired me about this logo was looking at the people and how dedicated they are. It shows their commitment to what we do. The logo is progressive, modern, as we are. We will always manage the aquifer, but what we're embarking is what Roland calls the next generation. The next generation is based on scientific research that will help us better manage, enhance, and protect the aquifer. Part of the logo is to communicate that we're like water. As you can see back there, there's movement in the logo. The colors identify water and nature. Like water, we're not standing still. We're always moving, always looking for other ideas, better ideas to better manage and enhance the aquifer.
Here at the Edwards Aquifer Authority, education is always top of mind. Hear from Casey Cohen at the EAA Education Outreach Center as she shares information on the water cycle.
Water is constantly moving through our environment, in the sky, across the land, and beneath our feet. The sun powers this movement. It heats water from oceans, lakes, and rivers, causing it to rise in the atmosphere, becoming a vapor. As this vapor cools, it condenses and becomes clouds. As these clouds grow heavy, they precipitate as rain, snow, or hail. Some of this water runs across the ground, flowing into lakes, oceans, and rivers, while some soaks beneath the ground. Beneath the surface, water flows through soil and rock, slowly making its way down. This movement of water is called infiltration and percolation. This underground flow helps recharge aquifers, including the Edwards Aquifer, which is a vital water source for Central Texas. And the cycle continues, powered by the sun, shaping the world around us.
At the Edwards Aquifer Authority, we show, we tell, we share, and now we invite you to share with us all of your water-saving tips, whether it's rain harvesting or drought-tolerant Texas native plants. All you have to do is take out your phone or your camera, snap it, share it, upload it, and you can win this. For more information about our Root in Texas Water Saving Contest, visit our website at edwardsaquifer.org. And while there, you're also going to learn about our upcoming free plant giveaway taking place on September 27th right here at our Edwards Aquifer Authority headquarters. Just drive up and get a free plant. It's that simple. All this and more on our website. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Aquifer Insight, all about water quality. We hope you learned something new. But remember, if you subscribe to our news drop, you can learn a whole lot more.
And you can also tune in to our Recharge Zone podcast, where you can learn about all things Edwards Aquifer and all updates about our agency. Until next time, y'all.
I'm Nikki Young.
And I'm Margaret Gonzalez.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
We hope you enjoy Aquifer Insight and that you'll come back time and time again. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to do so.